This video was sponsored by MangaReader.to. Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Razovy, and today we're going to talk about Deadman Wonderland. Now you're watching the Razovy Review I channel, which simply means that you're listening to a podcast, so don't feel bad about doing other things while listening to this. The visuals on the screen, to be honest, they don't matter all that much, so ignore them if you want to, watch them if you like, but you can ignore them if you want to. And yeah, this is the horror month, or the Halloween month of the Razovy Review I channel, so that also means that, I picked another horror-esque or horror-like anime. Now actually, if you look at the AniList and my anime list website for these anime for Deadman Wonderland, you will see that it has a horror tag, so I felt that it would be appropriate to at least incorporate it into the, into this month, into this horror/Halloween month. So what is Deadman Wonderland? Should you care? Is it something that you would like to watch? Let's get started. Now, Deadman Wonderland is actually, it's a very interesting concept that like most of the times is done very well. However, I feel like some parts could have been done a little better, but we'll get into that later. Let's first do a synopsis. We start off with this boy. He's called Ganta. And he's sitting in school, sitting in class, and all of a sudden, he looks out of the window, and he sees a person floating, a person in red, and this person is intensely looking at Ganta. So he's surprised. He also looks around the room and doesn't see. No one seems to notice. So he's weirded out, and then all of a sudden, like this classroom full of people, they're all killed. All of them. By this person in red. He kills all of these people. Now, this in and of itself, of course, is already quite horrible, as you can imagine. Like, Ganta is traumatized because Ganta is the only survivor. But now the most horrible part comes, at least for Ganta. He is framed for this. In fact, he is framed for it. He's found guilty as well. And is therefore sentenced to death. He is locked away inside, basically like the weirdest prison, the most twisted prison ever built. And this prison is called Deadman Wonderland. So just like the title is taken from the name of this prison. Now, in Deadman Wonderland, basically the people that are staying there, the convicts, they are forced into like these death matches, and not just because they are criminals. No, it's also for the amusement of the people that are coming to visit Deadman Wonderland. They think it's fun and exciting because people actually take their children to this amusement park to see these criminals fight to death. And it's truly, this is not like, how should I put it, this is not your average battle shonen where it's, they're fighting against each other. No, this is like straight up murder, and it's bloody and it's violent. This is not something that I would recommend for young children to watch. So the fact that parents take their children to such an amusement park is absolutely ridiculous, of course. So these people, they have to fight to the death, and if you do well, you get rewarded, and it also means that you stay alive. And if you don't fight well, it means that maybe either you die, or if you don't die, some of your rights are taken away. You're punished by the personnel, like by the guards and stuff, or by the inmates, because the inmates also like have a hierarchy, and they might punish you or reward you. It's a very cruel way of existence. And Ganta, as you can imagine, he's a high schooler. He has no clue. Like he's a weak high schooler that has to now survive in this horrible world, in this horrible wonderland, basically, in this Deadman Wonderland. Now, inside this prison, Ganta actually meets a girl called Shiro. And Shiro is actually a very mysterious girl, because even we as the audience, we are not 100% sure whether this girl is real. We are not 100% sure if this girl is actually part of the prison, right? If she is a convict. And we simply don't know anything about her. And the odd part is, Shiro is very childlike in some ways, but can become really violent in other ways. So we don't know if she's if Ganta imagines her being there, or if she's actually real. And Shiro is kind of like the cutesy anime girl type. But she also serves a valid role inside this anime because she's able to give Ganta certain powers. And with these powers, Ganta is able to survive. If it wasn't for that, he would have died like a million times already. And the story basically revolves around Ganta, about him meeting other prisoners, other convicts, befriending some, becoming enemies with others. Shiro sometimes, mixes into the story whenever she feels like it, because she just pops up out of nowhere. So that is why we are not sure if this girl is even, like, if she's real. And yeah, it's the story in and of itself is very, like, cruel. It's a very cruel story. It's not very, like, how should I put it? It's entertaining to watch, but it's entertaining because you're like, okay, what's gonna happen next? How twisted can this become? Because sometimes it's gut wrenching what you're seeing, and with the blood and stuff. That is also why it's such a great Halloween anime, because it's so bloody and so gut wrenching sometimes that if you're into that kind of stuff, like, this is for you 100%. This anime is for you. It's also a very popular anime. I believe, like, I'm currently looking at the analyst page of Deadman Wonderland. It's currently ranking as the 135th most popular anime of all time. That is actually quite impressive if you think about it. There's so much anime out there, and this is ranking 135th. Now, of course, I knew that going in that this is a popular anime. Like, I watched this years and years ago, and I still remember it very vividly. What happens inside the anime. So, it also left a mark on me, and like it left an impression on me. So yeah, it's very good. Like the OST, like the music is also very good. The animation is also quite good. The art style is hit or miss. Like, some people really love the art style. Like, I've read reviews of this anime, and some people really enjoy the art style, while other people hate it a ton. But for me personally, I do like the art style. But it's okay. Now, some people actually compare this anime to Mirai Nikki, to Future Diary. I never really understood that. I do get that they're, like, when it comes to genre, they are, you can compare them when it comes to genre, or horror type, and I get that, but I don't really get why this anime looks like Mirai Nikki. If you do agree with that statement, though, if you do agree with the fact that this anime looks like Mirai Nikki, make sure to comment down below. I'm very curious to hear why people compare this to that anime. I never really got that. But if you do get it, I'm very curious to hear about that. Now, the manga is finished, so it's completed. I am not 100% sure if there is I believe it is also available in English. If it is, I'll leave a link to it in the description so that you can buy physical volumes if you like. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Don't worry about that. But you can, click on the link, and then you could. But yeah, I personally never read the manga. So I don't know if it's any good, but the anime in and of itself is quite good, with the exception of the ending. I'm not going to spoil anything, of course, but the ending is, for me at least, left me not very satisfied. Like, they could have done more, in my opinion. But then again, like, the anime in and of itself is definitely worth a try. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to like this video, click on the subscription button if you aren't subscribed yet. And yeah, just thank you very much for watching until the end of the video. I was Razovy. You were you. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye. This video was sponsored by MangaReader.to. Now, whether you want to read My Hero Academia, One Piece, Komi Can't Communicate, or Jujutsu Kaisen, it's all here. It's a wonderful website, and I highly advise you to take a look at it.